Hello guys, welcome back to a new Boom Beach video. Today I'm going to be going through the Boom Beach hero tier list. So you might be saying, Christian, there's only 4 heroes, what are you going to do? So first I'm going to rank the heroes on their passive abilities, then I'm going to jump over and rank all of their abilities they have. So if you don't know how a tier list works, basically I'll categorize each of the elements in a different category based on how good I think it is. So for example, we have the S tier, which stands for super or superb or whatever. We have the A tier, which is pretty good. B tier, it's like average. C tier, kind of bad. And then D tier is kind of like my F tier. It just sucks and I would not recommend using it. Or I guess in this case, I might put a hero in that tier, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's jump into it. Okay, so first up, let's start with Brick. Now, Brick is probably one of the worst heroes if you just look at the passive ability. In fact, I would say she is definitely the worst. She is going into D tier. Her little shot she does is trash. It's okay when you first unlock her and you're using her at a low level, because any bit of extra damage you have is super helpful. But after that, it's trash. Don't use Brick for the special ability. You use her for the other abilities, not her passive ability. Okay, so next up we have Bullet. Bullet's passive ability allows him to truncate damage. So if a boom cannon deals 5,000 damage, he might truncate it and only take 1,000 damage. It's pretty good. It's really good when you have a defense that deals a ton of damage and you're trying to protect tanks, grenadiers, bombardiers, that sort of thing. I'm gonna have to put it up in the A tier. You know, his passive ability is good, but I feel like his actual hero abilities are probably a little bit better. Okay, next up we have Everspark. Everspark right up in the S tier. I love Everspark's passive ability, spawning critters. By far the best hero passive ability. Finally, we have Dr. Gavon casting health and also a damage reduction spell. I'm gonna put him in B tier. I don't think it's a bad ability, which would designate a C tier, but you know what? I don't like him really in A tier either, because he's not that good. But that is my passive ability tier list. Now let's jump over into the ability tier list, which is probably the one you are waiting for. Iron Will is one of those abilities you look at and you think it's good, and then you actually use it and it's never quite good. I'm gonna put it in C tier. I don't think it deserves the same level of disrespect as some of the F tier or D tier abilities, which we'll probably find as we go throughout this list. But you know what, actually I think it does deserve that. It's going in D tier. I really hate Iron Will. It's not a good ability at all. Probably some people use it, but I just cannot think of people that would use that over other abilities. Okay, next up we have Shock Knuckles. Now Shock Knuckles are actually surprisingly good when you upgrade them fully. I'm gonna put them in B tier just because I've never really used them, but I know that they're decent. They're not amazing, but I know that they work, and I've seen them in action and people have used them and pulled them off successfully. Mainly I'm just putting them as an average ability because I don't know how to use them correctly and I've never used them really. So down in B tier they go. Next up we have Brick's Battle Orders. By far the best ability you can use with smoky troop combinations. Right up in the S tier. You know, one of the most used hero abilities is Battle Orders. You want to use it with smoky Zukas, smoky heavies. By far the best ability for those troops. Another ability that is good for those troops is Taunt, but you know what? When Taunt first came out, it was insane, and then they nerfed it. They decreased the radius by like half, and since then it's never been the same. It's okay. I would probably put it in B tier as well as Shock Knuckles. Next up, we have Critter Swarm by Captain Everspark. Now this is actually a hard one because when I think Captain Everspark, I think of her passive ability, but her Critter Swarm is also pretty good. So I don't know where to put this. I don't think it deserves S tier status. We're gonna put it in A tier. I don't think it's amazing, but it's definitely better than the average ability. Okay, next up we have Ice Shields. This is an unpopular opinion, probably, but I don't like ice shields. I think ice shields are trash. I've never seen someone use ice shields successfully. That is going down in the D tier. I just don't think they're very good. Okay, and while we're at Dr. Gavon, let's also just do the crystal critters. Now, personally, I think the crystal critters are a tad better than ice shields, but I still think they're trash. I really hate crystal critters in my opinion, but I don't think I hate them as badly as ice shields. So for that reason, I'll put them in C tier. Also, I've actually used crystal critters before, and they're decent. At a low level, having little extra minions, or critters I guess, healing up your troops is surprisingly good, but I wouldn't say it's better than Second Wind, but we'll talk about Second Wind in a second. Okay, I want to do another Everspark ability. Let's go to Universal Remote. Now, Universal Remote is one of those abilities that you use for operation battles, and that's pretty much it. Maybe Mega Crab, but mainly just operations. So because the use cases are so low, I'm gonna have to put it in the B tier. It's a good ability for operations, but like that's all you can use them in, and you might not even use them in a lot of operations. It's just good taking down a few buildings. So that's why I'm putting it in the B tier list. Okay, so next up we have Energy Drink by Dr. Gavon. By far the best ability in my opinion. I think it goes before battle orders. That's how good I think Energy Drink is. You can literally use Energy Drink for every combination that you wouldn't use battle orders for. Honestly, if you upgrade 2 abilities first that you want to cover all use cases, upgrade battle orders and upgrade Energy Drink. And the third ability you should upgrade is Second Wind. Now, Second Wind is so clutch. It's really good at a low level, at a high level, in warships. It's really good, but I don't think it deserves S tier. I really don't. I think it's a good ability, but it's not the same level of Energy Drink and battle orders. In my opinion, you should upgrade battle orders first because you unlock Brick really early on. Then you should upgrade Energy Drink, and then after that, you should go on and upgrade Second Wind. Because reviving troops is a really cool ability, and it's very helpful when you use Bombardiers. Honestly, Bombardiers and Heavies, I like Second Wind more than I like Energy Drink. But Energy Drink, I feel like, has so many more use cases, like tanks. Using tanks and bullet. Energy Drink is a lot better combination. Okay, finally, oh, I guess we have 2 more. We're gonna do the cluster grenades down in D tier, probably at the very end of D tier. Granted, it is the very first ability, hero ability you unlock, so I understand it can be kind of bad, but I just don't think it deserves any. Honestly, I should make an F tier because it should go in the F tier, not even the D tier. Okay, last ability we have is probably gonna be the most controversial on this channel because the remote grenade is good. Now, I used to think the remote grenade was trash, but then I maxed it out on my main account for a video as like a funny video, and then I used it and I was like, wait, what did I just stumble across? This is so good. So I'm gonna have to put it in A tier. It honestly is crazy good, guys. Like, the amount of damage it deals way outperforms the universal remote when you can one-shot buildings with it, and on top of that, it deals a radius of damage. Maybe I'll make a video soon of me using it and showing you how to use it correctly, but in my opinion, it's an A tier ability. It's really good. So that being said, we finished our tier list. Let me know down below if you disagree with any parts of this. I have done a Boom Beach troop tier list, and I did one other, a Boom Beach defense tier list. So if you guys want to watch those, I'm going to actually create a playlist for all these different tier list videos and post that down below if you guys want to go watch the other ones. But I hope you enjoyed. Again, let me know which ones you disagree with and which ones you agree with. It's always fun seeing what your comments are honestly, if I had to guess the most controversial pieces, it would be Second Wind not being an S tier ability. It'd be the remote grenade being so high up on the list. It'd be probably like Taunt being so low, and then probably Iron Will or something being way too low. But you know what? This is what I think, and this is what I think for the heroes as well. So let me know down below what you guys think of both of those tier lists. I hope you enjoyed. Please drop a like if you did, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.